I figured I did really not want to make this video tonight. I am super tired. I'm a little underslept. And just before this, Jet and I had a little bit of a frustrating moment on the porch. He has some mobility issues, and so it's pretty difficult to even get up three stairs, not 3 flights, just 3 stairs, and 4 or 5 maybe. He has trouble with it though, and we just had a moment, and it got me all worked up because I was trying to get him inside. And I'm trying to help him, and he's getting old and squeamish. So I figured, what a better way to end the night than peacefully with my dogs, and introducing you to them and not dwelling on so many other personal things, but going into these creatures that I love and care for. So yeah, this one's Jet. Jet is 16 years old as of, this week. I don't know his exact birthday, but it's mid-January. And he is 16 years old, which is crazy to think about. I got him my my 3rd year of college. So stupid. Impulsively went to this house on the way home, and someone told me about some puppies that had an accidental breeding, and they were like these beautiful little labs, and I was like, oh, I want one. And so, like an idiot, I walked in and saw this one, and he was 8 weeks old at the time, 9 weeks old. I was like 21, I think, 2021. And they're all the dogs that, like, there were probably 10 of them, and 9 of them were girls, give or take. And Jet was, all the puppies were like jumping at, like trying to get out of the little box that they were in. And there was one puppy in the back that was just sitting down and looking right up at me. And I was like, I want that one. And 16 years later, here we are. Seems like just yesterday we were celebrating 15 years. It's crazy. But he is an absolute tank. He's 90 pounds right now, 95 pounds. We're trying to cut his weight down a little bit, but it's kind of tough when you're an old dog and you can't get as much exercise. But he's still pretty fit. But it's 95 pounds, and he's got some doggy dementia, or it's called, I think, canine cognitive dysfunction. But basically, it's where they walk from room to room and look inside and walk around the house and kind of pace a little bit and stare at things that aren't there or stare at corners of rooms or walls. He doesn't do some of the staring in the corners, but he definitely walks into rooms and kind of just stands there. But he's always kind of done that too, so he's a little bit kind of doofy sometimes. But yeah, he's the best, and he's been with me for a long time. And we are celebrating 16 years this week. So it's super exciting. He used to be all black, head to toe. My friend suggested that I name him Jet, like Jet Black, and he was Jet Black. And around 10 or 11 started getting some grays, and now of course he's all gray. And I look back at old photos of him and I'm like, oh my god, dude, you are like totally black. And now he's like, looks like he was dipped in salt and pepper. And he's the best dog. I love him. Oh, yeah. Here's the other one. This is Layla. She's hiding behind. That's what she does. She comes and she nestles Jet. She gets as close as she can to him or as close as she can to me. And if possible, both. Layla is my diabetic doggy. She's the one that gets 4 insulin shots a day. Oh, as I like to tell anyone who is curious about my dogs, Jet is the difficult one. Layla's the expensive one. Layla is the easy one. Jet's the cheap one. It's kind of crazy because he's 16 and she's like 12 or 13. And he he has allergy medicine and like some anti-inflammatory and like dog food and that's it. Layla has hundreds of dollars in insulin. But she's the best. Layla, look. Layla, look. Can we look up a little bit? She's tired. She just got her insulin injections a little bit ago, so she's kind of like, she gets a little woozy or a little tired around that time. But she's the best. She squints. I have a little jingle that I made up for her. Because she loves Jet. But Jet loves me, and Jet loves her, but I don't know who he's partial to necessarily. Layla, however, is just like I'm her world, but she loves Jet. So I came up with a jingle out of nowhere, and it's little lady Layla, sweet as she can be. Jet is her best friend, and Jet's best friend is me. And I literally just said that on the fly one day, and I was like, shit, that's pretty good. But she is amazing. She's such a cuddle bug, and she's so sweet. Anytime Jet is laying somewhere, she just goes and like nestles in the corner, or like as close and tight as she can curl up into a little ball. But they're the best, and I love them. I found Layla. Her story is that, make sure I'm still recording. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna lay on her because, Okay. Can you sit up? Right, there we go. Take it, lay down. Layla's story is that I found her on the way home from work one day. This is in Dallas. I found her on the side of the road, and I was driving by and I looked up. I was like, damn, that's a pretty dog. And in Dallas, it's pretty common to see stray dogs. Like, I think I've rescued 35 or 40 dogs over the course of my time living in Dallas. This is just off the streets, like not through a foster, but just finding them on the streets and then finding them homes. And Layla, I was like, oh, she's really pretty. She kind of looks like Jet. So picked her up and put her in the car, and which most dogs don't let you do, but she let me. And then I took her home and introduced her to Jet, and they got along great. And the rest is history. So I think I found her when she was probably 1 or 2. She was used for breeding and then dumped. So I know. Yeah, that's pretty common too, used for breeding or dog fighting. So yeah, these are the pups. Had them most of their lives. Jet his whole life, Layla most of her life, and they are a huge part of my life right now. I feel like probably for the last 16 years, every major decision around like where I live and what I do, they have been involved in that in some way, shape, or form. But, do I have any regrets? Probably. But would I go back and do anything different? Yeah. I'm kind of kidding. I mean, I love my dogs. They're tough and they're old and they're expensive, but I had this thought the other day. I was like, oh, I'm so content alone. I'm so content, in my solitude. I've never, a lot of people can't just sit and be alone. And a lot of times it has to do with people. But then I thought about it. I was like, wait a second. have I really ever been like alone? Have I ever like I? It's been pretty few instances where I've been in my own home, like without a dog. Um, so I like to think I'm like solid on my own, but like I don't really know what it's like because I come home to these two little goobers every day. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna let you sleep. I'm gonna come over here and say goodbye. Oh, love you. Love you. And that is it for tonight. January 12th, 2024. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.